few spices from the kitchen shelves, a rustic cooking, and a sweet little story on the recipe. That's what makes us call it Mighty Muscle Chicken. Story later on this episode, but for now, let's jump into the recipe. 750 grams of clean chicken pieces, succulent legs and thighs make a perfect choice. 1.5 inch sticks of cinnamon, 5 cloves, 3 cardamom pods, a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of fennel seeds, half a tablespoon of black peppercorns, an inch and a little more of fresh ginger peeled off the skin, 6 pods of garlic. To begin with the recipe, let's dry roast these spices first. Cardamom, followed by cinnamon sticks, the cloves, fennel seeds, the cumin seeds, lastly the black peppercorns. Dry roast these spices slightly lukewarm until they start to release the aroma in the air. Slightly cool to normal temperature and pound them to a powdered consistency using a mortar and a pestle. Why not a mixie? For that you need to know the story of this recipe. Few years back, when my dad had moved to a new apartment, kitchen was not fully set. Mixie was not available right away to use. Luckily, this mortar and pestle was there to cover up the mashup. So with all muscle, my dad had pounded all these spices in it to a coarse paste using the Stone Age tool. And the results of the recipe were so enticing and loved by everyone. So since then, this recipe has captured the taste buds of few who tasted it. Here I am Hafsa, bringing this recipe for you all to enjoy. The next step in this recipe is again an unusual one, which adds to elevate the taste of this recipe. Yes, fry all the chicken pieces in oil first until they are almost half cooked. When the color of the chicken changes to white, it's almost ready. Usually, what happens while cooking chicken pieces is that when you overcook it a bit, they get deburnt and the soft flesh falls off the bone. But by frying them in oil first, it seals the outer chicken intact to hold it together. Further, it adds to extra flavor too. Have you checked out our Chicken playlist? If not, do check it out. We have got lot of chicken recipes listed in there. Next, chop in some tomatoes, followed by the onions, using a few tablespoons of the leftover oil which we used for frying, fry the onions and the tomatoes. Cover and cook until they are soft. Once they are soft enough, using a vegetable masher, mash them to a coarse paste. In the original recipe, a masher was used to coarsely mash it up, followed by a mortar and pestle. He had no choice but to use the stones to get some fine gravy. I will be using a masher to coarsely mash up a part of it and use a mixie to make a fine paste with half of its content. This will make my job a little easier, adding more dimension and texture to the recipe. Cook the contents for a while and add in the ground masala to it. The original recipe is rustic and masalas are coarse. The final outcome was more of a dry recipe. But today's recipe is more of a curry with more gravy to it. Choice is yours to suit what you like to have. Both are unique in its own ways. A little salt to season. Add little water to loosen the gravy. Had you not subscribed to our channel yet, consider subscribing us and do not forget to press the bell button for new video notifications. Add in the fried chicken pieces next. Cover and cook until soft. Are you guys trying out our recipes? If so, do comment us or tag a picture of your recipe. It would be great. Enjoy the recipe until we bring in more recipes worthy of licks and bites.